So let's try some intros.
Okay.
I like Travis.
No.
I never say this.
Not introducing each of us.
Each other.
No, the beginning of the show.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just explaining the location, the setting.
Okay, I want you to.
No. Like here's our show. Like,
right. Like
you
the,
know,
like
the
here's a
beginning
quick
of it.
Like we're pitching it to a big company.
We're
trying to.
I think it should be
Get
like
it
a
approved.
barbershop, like a barbershop quartet where it's like hold your horses. We are in a very small shed.
Man cave.
No, it's a shed.
Right. But
You
it has
would use it for garden tools in a traditional setting.
Yep.
In the foothills of the Sierra Nevadas.
Yep.
Surrounded by
2 hours of
one man's gold is another man's
east of Sacramento.
Nope.
No.
Not even no.
But it's 2 hours from Sacramento.
South
of Sacramento.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
in the foothills of California.
Foothills of
Just say Yosemite.
We're not in Yosemite.
Well,
that would
right.
be a way
But
cooler
by
podcast.
Yosemite.
if
We're
we were
near
saying
an hour and a half from
we're in Yosemite Valley doing a podcast. People would listen to that.
But yes, to paint a picture,
Sure.
we are in a, what would you say, 10 foot
8 by
8
4.
No,
8
by 10
8 by
8
12.
by 12.
shaft
With the clutter, though,
with-
we're looking at 8 by 3.
I think the
6
paneling,
by
I don't know
4.
if there's an
Very
insulation on here.
No insulation.
This is Thomas's,
I thought we weren't saying names.
but who
No,
aren't in this
we're
room.
in. You can
So
say
they
that.
can-
you
know.
want the people listening to us just to have these voices without a name to it?
Can we pick new names for this?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You can be a...
I can be whoever I want.
All right. They're not going to see our faces.
This is Thomas's...
It's my private space.
I don't want anybody to hear me about picturing
We're going to
that.
do this somewhere else next time.
Yeah.
But, yeah,
Somebody
lots
else's
of...
private space.
There's
posters,
It's a
magazines.
It's
It's a
little-
collection of my life throughout the years.
Yeah.
It's a collection
Different
of...
eras, different phases.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just a pack rat.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I like to collect.
Yes.
I like memories. I like tangible things.
Mm-hmm.
I like
I'm a
silly
simple-
things.
I'm a simple man.
Let's introduce one another. So take 30 seconds.
We're going to introduce each other.
Exactly.
So I would talk
Yes.
about you.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So I'll talk about Dan.
Me.
Dan, I'll talk about you.
So
Right.
Travis married into the family, I don't know,
9.
9?
No, we're at 9.
6 years ago.
7.
At some point. There was a wedding.
He's been like a brother ever since, pretty much.
He has been in our family ever since.
Yeah, let's just... Right. We don't need to put
I think
names.
we're just keeping things real simple.
Mm-hmm.
He's a teacher.
Film.
Teaches the children film and photography.
You're looking at Thomas, but you're like talking about
Should
me.
I be making eye
That's like-
contact with you?
They
I don't know if I've
they
ever
don't
looked
know, but
at
I know.
you directly this long. And
And
It
without,
makes you
as
uncomfortable.
I'm
and
doing
without
it,
his wife, our sister here, it's like even more...
it's
like,
really
weird.
awkward. Like, she's always like, go talk to him. And
Yeah.
now I'm like, oh, we're in a room with
Uh-huh.
microphones and we're supposed to talk. Anyway,
All I ever wanted was just to be
hang
able
out
to
with
talk
us.
with
I
them,
know.
like outside of family functions.
Right.
But, you know, and I said, hey, I've
I
got
have
some
this
mics, I've got some
idea.
headphones.
I have all
and
this
they're like,
equipment.
okay. They thought it was
I'll
like
bring
a bigger
beer.
thing.
Right.
They thought more people
Right.
would be here.
We
but
thought he was recording.
I thought you were going to share some cool music. And I was like, oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
to my left, Thomas is the oldest, the eldest, but oldest.
Right. You could say either way. It's just more refined.
Okay. Yep. Of the Atkins offspring.
It sounds like you're being
turned
interrogated.
40.
That's correct, Your Honor. That is correct.
Is that right?
Yeah, I did.
40. Yep.
Correct.
How does that feel?
I feel great.
He owns a mini golf,
Miniature golf.
a miniature golf.
Yeah.
Golf runs in their family quite deep.
Mm-hmm.
The real golf though.
Right.
But Thomas settled for miniature.
That would be
golf.
awesome if it was called like Twain Hart Pretend Golf.
Got 3 awesome little boys and a awesome wife.
Oh, I should have
Great.
said those about you.
Well, this is my version of kind
Okay,
of
I'll
what,
probably have to say
Oh, yeah.
whatever.
So what
great
he
with
does, I'll do to you.
landscaping, avid hiker.
Mm.
Yeah, this has never come up, but because we're recording it and sharing with people,
Uh-oh.
I really like him.
Oh,
But,
wow.
you know,
Thanks.
So
Wow. So do I have to do that? I mean, is that kind of the format?
No, you can do whatever you want
do you
to
see what you
do.
did?
I
Like,
just
he wants
yeah.
us all to
I
do
know.
that.
I just wanted
That's what I was wondering. Is like,
something
and we're
like
gonna have
that
like a catch
for
line, like
me.
I really like you,
Yeah.
and then he wants that to come around.
right,
Okay,
he's waiting for it. Okay. So
and we'll do yours again, Dan. Now that you kind of know.
So now that you know the format,
kind of
yeah.
how you end it, like
Yeah.
I really like.
Exactly.
I think you're great.
So to my left is my younger brother.
One of your younger brothers.
One of my younger brothers. If Patrick was here, we'd probably have a fourth.
We'll get back here.
Dan he's 3 years my younger.
Daniel
he
the younger I like
is
that.
married
Daniel the younger.
and has 4 beautiful children. 3 boys, 1 girl. They live just down the road from us. He is in admin at the local high school.
Where I teach.
Where Travis
I
is
am
there
his
as well.
superior.
Dan technically got Travis.
Some
the
would
job.
say that I'm only there because of
Well, some
Daniel.
would
Yep,
say
yep.
that I have the power to hire and to fire,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
and the some would be me.
And
Yep.
that's
I would
that's-
definitely say that.
That's
That's
my
accurate.
brother. He's planning on taking maybe a sabbatical and just kind of
I like how that sounds.
cruising
Yeah. We all
the
need
U.S.
it,
for
you know?
a year. And
He's
just
been in education for a while.
I
at
put
least
my
right?
time in,
15.
not counting when I was in education.
Oh, right, because that's almost your whole
when
life.
you were getting
So
educated.
really, I've
from
only been
6
out of an
to-
education.
Wouldn't you say that we're all?
No, I don't like when people say it. Like we're always
okay.
learning.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't buy that.
No, I haven't
I think
learned
I've
that.
Some
seen a
people
lot of
just
people.
shut it
I've
off.
seen a lot of people that
I mean,
are
that's
less
the beauty
smart.
of this.
That's
is that
what this
we
is
could
about.
be learning.
Teach people.
So if you're out
We'll
there,
learn something.
yeah.
You'll learn something
Mhm.
new
Yeah.
every time
Maybe
you listen
didn't
to this.
need it or want it,
But you will
you'll
get it.
have it. Yep. And then it's up to you what you do with it, right?
Right.
Did you mention that Dan doesn't like wearing
Shoes.
and likes
Yes.
putting his feet on my thigh?
Now, did he bring socks,
He-
or was he
I
wearing?
actually came in
sandals with
sandals,
socks?
and I brought a pair of nice, clean, brand new
As
socks.
he rubs his little toes
we're very-
on my
Very
thigh.
close in here. We were
I
going to
remember
do,
the measurement was
knee.
8 by 10. I think
knee.
that's
which is
generous.
why we're not doing
Mhm.
video.
So-
But let me just
it wouldn't
one more
be
thing about
FaceTime.
Dan.
Sorry.
2 years ago, they started a amazing shave ice business
Oh, yeah.
connected to the Twain Hart
the
Miniature
mini
Golf. So we
Yeah.
are, we just can't seem to get away from each other.
Mm.
He's never there though.
Mm.
He just started it and let
Because
it
I have
go.
a real
Couldn't
job
that
during
be
the
the
regular
same? Couldn't you say the same about
It's a
your,
metaphor. You're
your career, Thomas? Your business?
I am I'm there when I need to be.
Okay. Yep.
Mm.
Yep.
I'm kind of the face of it.
Right. It's just
That's
the
right.
face is never there.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
But and then I just want to say I
Oh
like my brother.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Did that sound natural?
That sounded like somebody had this rusty bayonet to your chest
Yeah,
there.
I do have a bayonet in here. It's from
Yeah.
World War II for my
World War
grandpa.
II.
It's pretty
Yeah.
sweet.
Cool. We could probably
It's
spend an
really
episode
cool.
just talking about all the story.
I-
You could
I
probably
would
do your
love
own
that.
podcast.
Yeah.
I don't want any part of that. So the premise of this show is that each of us, ideally each of us, will present to you, the listener, the
And to us,
subscriber,
yes.
the paying customer.
Please subscribe.
And
Or just
what are you
listen.
supposed to say? You're always like, and click here. Or is
It's
that
on
not on?
videos,
Is that not on a
idiot.
podcast?
Yeah, we don't
This isn't
know.
a video.
Yeah.
Oh,
On
but aren't they
videos,
supposed to click
you're,
something?
You're wiggling your little finger pointing down.
Okay,
They're
There's
doing
no-
something with their ears?
What
How
I-
do they...
How do we make money? Aren't they supposed to click something?
Please give us your
Please
money.
wiggle your ears twice. Like, I don't get what... How do we get money?
I'm starting over.
Sponsors.
Sponsorship.
Okay.
So to our beloved listener,
sponsors.
our
Listener.
beloved listeners,
There you go.
our beloved listeners. Here's what we're doing. Here is what we're doing. We are
Say
we
it
are-
again and then they'll...
we are presenting to you. Each of us would like to present an idiom that you have probably heard.
Or
And-
used.
or
maybe
used,
even used,
perhaps even you've used it today. And
Without
then
knowing.
if you were to pause and go, "Oh, that's a weird thing to say. Huh, I wonder where that came from." Then what we would do is go, "I wonder where that came from. Where do you think it came from?" We all of us would talk about it, and then at the end, the person who presented it, at the end we would vote. We would each vote on what we think it is, and there is stakes. There's real money involved.
Your money.
Literal
We don't know how much. There's a lot.
slabs of
how much we
meat.
make.
There are piles of cash in this shed. Every episode, $100,000 is on the line. If that doesn't get you excited,
Why are we in a shed?
I don't know
Oh.
what does. And so there's $300,000 here. We're each guessing, right? Isn't that gonna get him excited? Like, whoa! And then we look, and then that person looks it up and educates us from Wikipedia, like anyone could do in 2 seconds.
That was the most. So
You want it shorter?
no,
You want
that's
Thomas
great.
to try and do that?
We'll keep going. Yeah, Thomas, you try to do it.
Do what I did, but better.
I mean, and once we get the ball rolling,
Oh, he just loves it.
there's another one.
It's good.
Yeah.
Which is obviously we'll go into that, but
Shape, the size of
they
your
can
balls.
even call in. Is that how this works, or do they message you?
No, eventually maybe we can get there, but
They can send in their own little idioms.
Well, not their own, that they like just
That
made
they-
up,
sure.
but
They're
they're
curious
like,
about.
hey, I could look this up in literally 3 seconds on my phone,
But
but
to hear people,
but I'd like
guess
you
and-
guys to try your hand at
yeah,
it. Yeah,
Yeah, try
your
your
hand at it.
That's another one.
Oh.
Well,
these are just yeah.
yeah, talking.
But I'd like
So-
you to call
yeah.
the radio. Call the radio. Like, where does that come from? Like, who says
When
that?
did that start? So
In Rome,
Dead
1800s.
in Rome, the
Yeah,
radio. Yeah.
as my brother was trying to explain, without all the cash and the prizes,
I don't know
it's
where
just
that-
a
yeah.
simple.
It's a simple shed in here. There's no
I
cash.
don't know. I'm trying to get like readers, like there's intrigue.
Readers,
readers.
you don't read
Listeners.
this. You listen to it.
People.
See,
What about blind people?
their
Deaf
ears
people.
work. Deaf people, you won't.
What are
even,
they gonna do?
They
What are they doing right
They
now?
will enjoy a different
Medium.
medium.
Uh-huh.
Like
when
a
we
printout of
film.
this.
Yeah, eventually this could be on.
Eventually,
film.
this will be a
I
dual.
don't know how I feel
Anyways,
about
Dual
that.
sport.
I'd have to put clothes on.
Yeah, me too.
So finish what you were saying.
I have my clothes on right now. All of them.
for the record.
Yeah, for the
Yes,
record.
Travis.
That's another expression for the
Ooh.
record.
Oh my!
Nice.
We're really getting into the weeds on this one.
Into the weeds on this one.
Boom.
You've been waiting.
So essentially, one of us will introduce an idiom
Right.
to the group,
Sure.
and by extension, you all who are listening,
Yes.
we'll discuss it. Mostly, each of us will come up with
A hypothesis.
hypothesis,
A
with
theory.
with a theory on where it came from, any details like that. The person who introduced it will look up the origin.
I think you're
Present it.
skipping that we do each have to kind of stake a claim.
On what
Stake
are...
a claim.
There's
Well,
another
that's
one. Well,
land ownership.
No, that's vampires.
Back in Lithuania,
They used to pound a stake through the guy before the horses trampled
so we'll
him to death.
present the idiom. Each of us
Discuss it.
we'll discuss it.
Vote.
Each of us will vote who gets to stay on the show.
Right.
So
And
if
then
you
each-
get
so
enough,
there's three
end-
episodes.
there's three
Yeah,
episodes.
there's three episodes.
One is about horses.
Yeah. So exactly, and then the presenter will look up the origin and share it with us, and
And we'll discuss.
we'll discuss and we'll determine.
Whether or not
Yeah.
that's
Whether or
an
not we agree with it.
acceptable,
Yeah.
Exactly.
acceptable definition.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Right.
We are the authority on this.
All right, so let's just I'm going to pitch an expression. So this show, we were kind of like, hey, what would be some fun names? And then somehow hold your horses came up as one of the idioms that had a nice ring to it because it has 2 H's. Alliteration for those of you that are idiots.
Like us.
Yes.
Yeah.
So hold your horses. Let's just break that down. I'd like to go, Travis, to you. When I say, whoa, 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 like you would say
When
to
you
me.
say it like
here-
that,
yeah.
I imagine you on a horse.
Right,
Whoa.
That makes sense.
Well,
If you're
okay.
using whoa,
But-
it's
But maybe
different.
but either way, let's just say you said to me like, well, this was a dumb idea and I never should have come here. And I say, most people would say,
Speaking now,
whoa,
Yeah, about this.
hold your horses.
Another common one is beep, beep, beep.
No.
Back it up. Back
Like
it up.
No.
profanity.
No, he's
No,
saying
not
about
beep.
Seinfeld.
Like a-
it's a
like a
Seinfeld
truck.
reference. Just
I watched
let's
Seinfeld.
go back to hold your horses. So,
I like what you're doing.
See how I did that? I introduced it in a scenario.
I think that okay, so your scenario is someone is perturbed.
Yeah, somebody's just like,
is upset.
Oh, I'm out of here. You guys are a bunch of jerks, and I never should have even started this stupid podcast.
Because with the
I'll go find my other nerdy friends.
So with the hold your horses,
right?
I imagine it being a response to somebody like, hey, when are we going? When are we going? Whoa,
excited.
hold your horses.
Okay.
Right. You could have anger or excitement.
Okay.
Could it be both?
I don't know about the anger.
You don't
I've
think
never
that
heard it in a context like that.
Hold your horses.
Hey, hold your horses. Like that?
No, that's the
more
anger
like
from
on
the
street
person
of
saying
like,
it.
Yeah.
Mine was he's getting angry. Like, whoa, hold your horses. People don't say that? When do you say it? I mean, I know how you said it.
So I had an internship in Venice Beach down in Southern California, and it was a really cool place, and I enjoyed being there, and I wanted to do well, and so one of the production assistants or whoever he was, production manager, he hasn't answered any of my emails yet, but he was saying he had something for me to do, and I was like,
hold your horses.
He put it out there and then it just lingered, and maybe it's the culture down. I don't know, but I was just like, okay, great. He was in another room. I was in the other room, and I was like, is it now? When are you? And so I like maybe said it twice, and then I heard a voice like, hold your horses, man.
Yeah.
So that's
more of the like calming of an anxious one.
More than an angry
it's a
one.
Soothing.
But it's put out there.
Okay.
So
is
when
it?
What?
Where?
So
we're talking about where it came from.
Yeah. So you're asking me like
I'm asking you that.
Well, obviously it originated probably in the 1850s.
Obviously. Okay. So how long?
That was obvious?
How I don't know.
That's what I picture.
Okay. So obviously.
I'm picturing Gold Rush, running
Pony
off,
Express,
going off to the gold mines.
Everything is about the gold rush and Tom.
Everyone's going to California.
By broken,
guys, there's so much gold out here. Let's go. And everyone out in the
hey,
East Coast,
easy
like,
there,
hey.
newcomer.
And he's literally holding his horses and going.
But
why would they tell him to hold his horse if he's already holding it?
And would he have multiple? Because isn't that a status thing too with horses?
You'd be pretty well off if you have probably more
I
than
know
three.
now it is, but
probably three. Probably what, 15.
Horses.
So the guy with the 3 horses is
Who's
being
that?
told to hold his horses.
To hold them.
That seems disrespectful.
Well, by the reins,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I think it came from when horses were prevalent.
Horses have
The
been
mode
prevalent
of-
for a very
of-
long
It could have been before the gold. Yeah,
Okay.
1500s,
The
1400s.
mode of travel. Yeah.
Anywhere in that.
I do. It conjures up the West. It
I
does.
picture West.
Whoa! I picture a whoa.
Or like
Yeah.
guy tipping his hat
No.
at a girl walking towards him all excited, like, hey, sheriff. And he's like, hold your horses. But
I've
doesn't-
never heard it in that
Here's-
context.
But
I've never thought of
but
it in that
she doesn't
context.
have any.
No. How about this?
That's
What
a
about
dumb
if
sheriff.
it's not from like your western town where there's the stagecoach? What if it's
East
from
Asia.
No, you idiot.
Okay.
Well, why should now? It wouldn't be Asian. I know how to speak some Mandarin, so I can do that. But here's where my mind was at.
Yeah.
So
Because
Of
Thomas had
course.
that dumb little story about the
girl
sheriff.
and the
and
sheriff. Hey, hold your horses.
Yeah.
Like, was she the one that was all like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah,
sheriff?
she was.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, hold your horses, and tips her hat. Like, she
So
was
it's
like,
sexual
He
now.
tips his- it always is. Guaranteed most things have a hint of that.
Oh, okay, that's where Thomas is.
Like,
Yeah,
pick a bone
yeah.
with you.
oh, my
we're
gosh.
just jumping. We're giving him all the good
So in
stuff
Thomas's
now.
mind, the horse
Thomas's
is
mind,
somebody's like
somebody's jollies.
genitalia. Whoa, hold your horses.
Stop jumping all over, like neighing and
No,
wheeling
no,
like
no,
a
no.
wild,
Okay.
like a
All
wild
right.
stallion,
Oh my gosh.
just frothing at the bit.
Okay.
Oh.
Here's what I'm
Yeah,
picturing
so damn.
as an alternative scenario to the postmaster anxious to leave, and he's like, come on, guys, I got to get over the pass before the winter snow comes in. He's like, whoa, hold your horses. And he's like holding the reins. We got some more letters. That's kind of here's the other scenario. Stop.
Oddly specific, yeah.
Well, I mean,
okay.
the racehorse. This is possibly an expression from the racetracks. and they're all anxious to get out of the gates. And the guy, before they shoot, sometimes the horses, before they had the gates that came out, they would have these fall. Whoa, hey, hold your horses. And he's yelling at them.
Yep.
And that was again, back to your point of anxiousness. It was it's meant to be used in you are over eager, like your sad little tale of woe in some made up internship that you had.
It really happened.
I doubt it. No. So, I think you're right though about the anxiousness being calm, but I think it could be a racetrack story. I really do.
Okay, racetrack.
And if we were to bet, which we will at the end of each show,
which is
each
also
of us will put $1
at the racetrack
right here, and we'll place a bet on
all of us are in,
and winner takes all
administration,
every time,
public education.
Every time.
Well, that's do $1 every.
So 50
Some
cents.
of us are just teachers. Some of us own a mini golf.
Some of us are living in a shack.
Yeah.
This is where Tom sleeps too.
So
no,
I like that idea.
Yes, I like that idea.
Stakes. There should be stakes.
So we all agree that it means stop. Whoa.
Oh yeah.
It's just
There's no question of.
Is that ever a question? I would hedge my. I would actually, now that I think of it, I would change. I would put my money on the horse. The horse race. Yeah. That's the origin.
Yeah.
What about you?
Okay. Well, because you said the postmaster and then the,
just kind of a Wild West sort of versus, because it could be chariots. This could be a Roman expression.
Yeah. Wow, that adds a whole new layer to this. I'm gonna say, I'm not gonna say just a time. I would say 18. No, you said that.
I know.
I would say early 1800s up to 1840. So
pre-gold rush.
Okay.
Sure.
And I'm kind of going back on what I'm thinking.
Okay, so now it's Thomas's turn.
You like my idea better.
No.
Mine's a vague.
Mine's wartime. Battles, horses lined up.
World War I.
Revolutionary
War?
Or Revolutionary.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if they charge.
Civil War?
Whenever they charge on
Civil
horses.
They've been doing that for a very long time.
Whenever they say the word charge.
The first time they say charge.
Yeah,
that could be an expression.
That's when the horses are all chomping at the bit.
They want another expression. Chomping at the bit.
There's so much to do with horses.
Horses are huge because it was such a, and there's not many to do with cars.
Again,
though.
I said that. Yeah,
there's not many to do with vehicles.
We need that screw for sure.
So I'd say right before the charge, the horses are ready to fight and run out there. And the general's hold your horses, steady now, steady now.
So he's going wartime.
Boom.
Yep.
You're going peacetime Western, and I'm going race time.
Yeah, great.
Interesting.
Okay.
So
then now...
And we don't always have to be different.
Yeah, you're right. That's a good point.
But we did this time.
Yep. Okay.
Here we go.
The first
Wikipedia, most reliable thing.
The first thing that
pops
up. The
literal meaning comes from... Oh my gosh, this is insane. What?
Wow. I'm excited.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Comes from the 17th century, which would be the 1600s.
Dang it.
When someone broke a law, they would trample them with horses.
Oh my god.
The person in charge would say, "Hold your horses," and then would tie the lawbreaker onto a piece of wood, lay him on the ground, and the horses would trample him.
Oh, and they'd all just hold the horses in place?
While they're trampling him.
Okay, so the men are holding horses.
Would they be on the horses?
Cool your jets is an identical idiom, apparently.
Oh, yeah, for the
modern world.
Okay,
because
they used to
kill
put people in
the
front of the jet engine exhaust and barbecue them.
To torture people. Yeah. Whoa, cool your jets.
Yeah. 1,
this is
2,
insane.
3, cool your jets.
Okay, apparently this was written in Book 23 of the Iliad. Homer wrote, "Hold your horses," when referring to Antilochus driving like a maniac in a chariot race. So
chariot, you said Roman.
That. And in 19th century United States origin, where it was written as "hold your hosses," which was slang for horses. Anyway, apparently there's other...
I wonder when the last time that form of execution was used.
The term may have originated from Army artillery units.
Oh, artillery.
But now we're
Dave Chappelle used the figurative term. Anyway.
Wow.
But I think we go with the top one.
We go with the top
when
one.
someone broke a law, they would say, hold your horses. They would tie the lawbreaker. There's no citation. There's no no credibility.
So anyone
but
could
that's
put
the
that.
one.
So again, this is not, your master's level, PhD level analysis.
It's easy listening. This is
Easy
It's supposed to be
Very-
fun,
yep, yep.
light, topical,
hearted.
something you could go, hey guys.
Yeah.
This is fun.
Did you ever know
Yeah.
what shindig is?
Exactly. So
he's like,
think
no.
of
I
us
don't think
as
shindig
your,
is just a word.
that's the one.
Shindig?
One of them.
I don't.
It's just a word, but it's still a saying.
So it's like vernacular is a word.
Right, but do you
They're
know
all words.
They're all words.
Everything's a word.
a word.
Chair is one of the weirdest words in the world, but that's not what this show is about. We're not going to talk about chair and the origin
but
of
if
why
you don't,
chair.
But I know what a chair is. I don't know what a shindig is at all.